relationship. There are so many misconceptions when it comes to spirituality, faith, and our relationships. Now, usually this comes from the institutional sides, the ones teaching you that your faith, your beliefs make you different. Everyone else's beliefs and faiths make them completely different from you, and they cannot possibly align and have a relationship or raise a family unless you both agree in everything exactly the same. Does that sound familiar? Well, those days are quickly going away, leaving you and me to have to discern for ourselves. And I hope after our conversation today, you're going to have a new perspective and hopefully a new awareness in your unique relationship that fits your needs. One of the biggest ones that I run into on a regular basis is the fear of disconnection. You might fear that you and your partner are on different spiritual paths and that they're going to drift apart. I see this a lot working with individuals who have gone through an awakening, and then because they don't know what to do and how to operate in their current relationship, the common narrative being pushed out there, this idea that to be awakened and going on a new spiritual path requires you to isolate, separate, lose everything. That is just such an erroneous teaching that comes from ignorance and not understanding which tools to put down and which tools to pick up, because your old tools of survival don't work when you're on an enlightenment journey. So the fear of disconnection, yes, it's a valid concern, and it does get in the way of people maintaining their current relationships once they have found a new level of faith or a new sense of their own personal spirituality. Then we have lack of support, which is really around the perception lack of support. There's a belief that if you and I don't agree on something, then you're going to actively go against me and challenge me whenever I have any doubts. I get that when it comes to shifting your perspective spiritually, it's different than what your partner is used to experiencing from you. So they're going to notice the change. Now, if you're really insecure about it, then absolutely, they're going to reflect that insecurity. So there is a deep sense of, I'm not going to get the support from my partner. Now I'm going to be internalizing it and changing how I see myself in my faith, in my beliefs. Next is going to be changing in priorities. If you change your belief, if you change your spirituality, I'm going to be kind of panicking right now because suddenly there's this new intention, a new focus on self-care. There is a new focus on intuition, increasing my self-awareness. I might be easily triggered on my spiritual journey now more than ever before because I'm just now discovering new things that I have buried for a long time. My priorities now shifting to myself. So in your situation, your partner may react negatively to this. That's not a reason to throw them away. Just acknowledge that they are noticing a shift in you. And it's up to you and me to change how we operate, how we show up in conversations, to help our partners go along the journey with us or love them where they're at, honoring that they're going to have a journey that's different than ours. Next, we have the judgment and criticism. I can't tell you how many times I have had 7 different distinct awakenings in my lifetime. And I remember distinctly at different ages, different reactions from my closest friends and family when I started talking about the universality of the Christ consciousness, exploring my Buddha nature, understanding that I can find God everywhere and anywhere without saying I am only a Christian. I believe in nothing else. I got a lot of pushback whenever I would share these things with people, and then I would eventually tear me down. I would lose my focus, lose my faith, and then the epiphany would go away eventually, starting the cycle all over again. So there is a big issue with being judged and criticized as you reach your enlightenment. Fall out of enlightenment. You climb that ladder once or twice or 10 times and you were on your journey. It's very easy to hear I told you that wasn't going to work. I told you that wasn't real. What were you thinking? That's just that more mindless noise that keeps us in our own way. But we have to push back that. But again, judgment and criticism is a very real concern. I get it. And the biggest one that I find when it comes to integrating a new spiritual awakening, a goal for reaching higher levels of consciousness, then insert it into a relationship. The biggest fear we run into is the fear of outgrowing our partner. Wow. Every time when I've come home to my partner, they have a concern that causes them to ask questions, triggered easily, and argue with me when they don't like what I have to say because it doesn't make sense to them. It's the fear of me outgrowing them. So it wasn't a surprise when his wife, after recanting the divorce, pulling back all of the accusations, then saying, I'm worried about keeping up with you. You are a completely different person. Wow. So it's a very real concern. The difference is, what are you going to do when it comes up? Because that in itself is an illusion that only creates more separation. And the whole point of ascending and elevating our consciousness through the spiritual awakening process is to understand that we're not separate from time, space, or anything. We are all following and part of the same universal love, God force, the universe, source, whichever you choose to believe in. The words don't matter. So fear of outgrowing your partner is a definite concern that comes up a lot that we have to confront and let go of. Now, the problem with these misconceptions is that they can cause you or I to leave a relationship because we're being hyper vigilant about being able to do anything, say anything without any impact or repercussions, right? So remember this, most spiritual teachers aren't going to tell you this, and I'm going to tell you this right now. When you move from the unconscious, mundane way of functioning in the matrix, for example, and you break free from that the first, second, or third time, something is going to increase dramatically. Your awareness. What does that mean? Your sensitivity is going to skyrocket. Unfortunately, that means you may be very quickly using the same old tools that you were using before you woke up and applying them to your new life, hyper vigilant against any single idea or concept that may tell you you are wrong. So yes, when we're in a brand new awakened state, we might be pushing away from people who just disagree with us, who don't understand, who, yes, are justifiably frightened and afraid that they're going to lose you. Have compassion. And we're going to talk about different opportunities now on how we can use these challenges to grow stronger in our faith, still allowing your partner to pursue their journey however they see fit. So ways to heighten our growth opportunities. Number one, expanding awareness. So instead of seeing that your new journey is going to bring up conflict or has brought up conflict over the last few days, weeks, or months, as you are now learning to internalize your faith in a whole new way, instead of assuming that's what's going to happen because it has happened, let's assume that you're going to bring home new ideas and insights, and ideas about how you're integrating your concepts, where you may have made a mistake and now you're refining and retuning and sharing gratitude with your partner. Maybe you can share these ideas together without expecting them to agree with you, without expecting them to match you or go above you. That breeds more separation. Use your newfound spiritual awareness to increase your communication skills, to increase how you perceive and interpret information, both that you're putting out and you're observing from your partner. So I'm saying find new ways to understand and connect with your partner, even though your journeys are not exactly looking like they're 100% on par. Again, emphasis on looking. It might be exactly where you are, but you may not be perceiving it. Second, focus on how you can enhance and improve your communication. Differences in spiritual interests require you to communicate more clearly and effectively. This improves your overall communication skills, helping you express your needs, wants, feelings, your new beliefs, your new assumptions, how you are seeing and perceiving the world. This can definitely help you and your partner become closer, even if you disagree on what this newfound image is. Let go of your part of needing them to change. Allow yourself to change and accepting them exactly as they are. Cultivating independence in unity. When it comes to you on your spiritual awakening journey and your partner is not in sync with you, look at this as an opportunity to become independent with unity, knowing that you and your partner are part of the same source, the same Holy Spirit, the same universal consciousness. Be unified in that. Therefore, you don't have to prove or convince them of anything. They are a reflection of you. More on that later. So if you have separate interests, including spiritual ones, this can strengthen your sense of self within your relationship. If you have been in your relationship for 10, 15, 20, 30 years, and you go through a separation or divorce, you're going to have the same issue where you're going to claim that you don't know who you are anymore. You lost your self-identity. You became enmeshed with your partner and what you believed is your role in your marriage. So let's throw that out the window. Understand that you want to still have a sense of independence, whether you stay or go from your relationship. So let's start with remembering and empowering ourselves to love and appreciate our own spiritual independence above all else. Understanding this is an opportunity for growth between the two of you. Even if your partner doesn't follow the same spiritual path, they can still learn from your experiences. So that means sharing your personal spiritual insights, allowing them to inspire them or not. Again, do this without condition. Get back to the idea of sharing ideas with your partner without needing them to do anything other than listen. Do the same for them and ask them to do the same for you. It gets easy if you just try and repeat this, because if you don't have that as a normal routine, you probably will both screw this up the first couple of times you try. So since you're the one listening to this video, take the ownership on you to not react when your partner doesn't respond the way you would like when you share your personal journey. And finally, growth opportunity number 5. It's really number 1 for me in my teachings. Use this opportunity. You believe in one thing, your partner believes in another thing. This is a recipe and opportunity to practice absolute unconditional love. So reinforce what your beliefs are in unconditional love. Turn this into a powerful exercise of love and acceptance for you and for them. This journey, especially your spiritual one, is about supporting each other with love and respect, regardless of where we perceive each other is. Now, this is about the mirror principle. Carl Jung said, everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves. Basically, in your relationship, you find that your partner reflects back to you your own unresolved issues and deepest insecurities. So recognize this. Use it to transform how you view conflict, turning every challenge into a chance for personal growth and deeper connection. Hand in hand with the mirror principle is a quote from Neville Goddard. Everyone is you pushed out. You get what you are, not what you want. If you want great, then be great. Neville Goddard, outstanding. This says that your partner reflects aspects of yourself, and improving your own spiritual and emotional well-being is what's going to positively impact your relationship. Again, leave them off the hook, right? All the work, it's on you. Your relationship starts and ends with you because everything around you is a mirror reflection of your deeper inner thoughts. Everyone is you pushed out. So recognize this. Now, practical applications and steps you can use, incorporating the mirror principle to support you in your relationship right now. So step number 1, I want you to identify a reflection. When a conflict or strong emotional reaction arises in your relationship, pause and reflect. Ask yourself, what is the situation or my partner's behavior reflecting about my own feelings, beliefs, or behaviors? That's step 1. And please write these things down. Step 2, own your feelings. Take responsibility for your emotions without blaming your partner. Recognize that your feelings are yours and can guide you to deeper self-awareness. For example, say to yourself, I feel frustrated right now. And that's a signal for me to look deeper within myself. It's not a chance to look further into your partner and look for red flags, because you'll keep finding them. You'll keep manifesting them. Look at yourself. Find the answers within. Step 3, explore and connect. Explore the underlying reasons for your emotional reaction. Is there a personal insecurity or a past narrative that's actually showing up in your relationship right now? Step 4 is to communicate openly. Share your insights with your partner in a non-blaming way. If your partner throws it away, you don't need to react to that. Give them a chance to catch up with you. Next, we got to heal and grow. Using this insight to address personal issues and improve your relationship. Discuss ways that you both can support each other in these personal growth journeys. This could involve setting a new kind of boundary, new communicating skills and styles, offering reassurances and validation in very specific ways. Again, you want to come together on this and make it a mutual agreement. What I find with most individuals when I do their boundary work with them, most boundaries are still being used unconsciously, meaning I have a boundary and I'm going to expect you to read my mind or never cross my boundary after I yelled it at you one time. You're supposed to remember it forever. Never screw up. And then they're running away. No, look at finding new boundaries. One way that I teach it is I teach a very advanced high level of psychic shield and psychic armor. It's not just a white light coming down from the heavens. This is creating a viscerally vivid, real, manifested shield or armor that you can put on that protects you regardless of what's going on around you. That way you know your worth because you were born with it and no one can take it away. You can't even give it away. We remove that concern with the psychic shield. One way to incorporate a new boundary, putting a boundary on yourself versus your partner. You have permission to walk away when the conversation isn't going the way you want it to go. It's simple. Don't worry about the impacts. Just take care of yourself and come back later. And finally, practicing gratitude. You always want to express gratitude from your growth opportunities. Be grateful for your journey. Be grateful for your partner because they're on this journey with you. Even if they are kicking and screaming, they're still a part of it. They're in front of you. They're reflecting your internal dialogue. They're reflecting your vision of reality right now. So even if they're telling you they're not with you, they're with you. So acknowledge your partner as a valuable mirror, helping you evolve and deepen your self-understanding. By using the approach of the mirror principle and these steps, you learn to adjust your behavior, your insights based on your internal dialogue, regardless of what the mirror is reflecting towards you. I trust that you got a lot out of this and are already thinking about how you can integrate this into your relationship as fast as today. If you are ready to go deeper, take a look in the description and you can sign up for my Relationship Rescue Bootcamp. It is a free 5-day bootcamp that I host live, and we go through 5 of my signature processes that help you make sure that you are aligned and protecting the most valuable relationship that you have, the one with yourself. Everything else is easy after that. If you're ready to join the Miracle Manifesting Academy, my 6-month membership, there's a link below to get on my calendar and discuss. Until next time, this is Anthony Sacred Cobra Cortino, reminding you that you are worthy, you are sacred, and you are love. We'll see you next time. Cheers.